Hey, the average Joe here. Hey, on a recent video I completed to share with all our users, I touched on the controls, the controllability that you can use in HVAC solution. So here we have this control tab out here to the far right. You can see we have different icons here, and we're going to kind of go over a few of those today. I'm going to start off by going, you can always come to File, Open Examples, and come in and look at a particular system or project. So we're going to look at controls. Let's just open this simple boiler. So within the software, once you've created a diagram, and here's just a boiler with a circulating pump and an imposed load, you can take this viewport, we call it, and see how when I stretch that over here, how it shows more of the project to the right. So that's this feature right up here, Insert Control Viewport. And once you do that, then it allows another separate schematic to be built of that viewport that you have. So let me just copy and paste the boiler down here and the load. There it's given me a duplicate component for the fuel gas system to add in. We just added that recently. Copy, paste. And then hook this system up here, just so you can see things are calculating. I won't finish out the system, but now I can go to that viewport, grab that, and if I want it around that, now I have the ability to do controls of this boiler. Now, if the controls were typical, I could say typical of each one, but now I can come in, and here we have, you can see we have the ability to have different controllers. We have some manufacturers where if you put their controller down, it actually has all the points shown right in there. Okay, but you can also grab one that's just a no manufacturer, which was happened on this one, and you see that kind of similar right there. Anyway, so, but rather than add another controller, I'm just going to come in here, this controller, and I'm going to come in and say I would like to add. At that point, I can come in and what do I want to add? Well, I want to add a digital in. So you'll see there, and I could identify that if I wanted to show what that is on there. Digital in, now you'll see that appeared there. Now I could hook that up to my status. As I hook that up, then it's going to create and add a D1-3 status boiler controller. So as you create the viewport, and then hook up the control items to a controller, then you have a specific points list to kind of the design that you're doing specifically for that project. Also, as part of this, there's just different sensors, whether hydronic, air, steam, domestic, to add, to your project. You see all different sensors that you can add to your diagram. So let's just open up a more complicated one here. File, open example. We'll go into systems. Once again, controls. And let's do this rooftop unit. So this is going to be a little bit more intense on controls. So they laid out the air handler or rooftop unit, then the airflow diagram. You can see this was placed around that part. You can see if I make it smaller, bigger, I'll lose kind of some of the components down there. Viewport was put over that. A viewport was put over the, looks like that's a steam humidifier with the exhaust fan. And then the controller was put down on the diagram, and then from that, the points list was created. So let's just click on something here. Actually, I missed that. Just extend that a little bit further there. Go out beyond there. You'll see down here, there's a, we'll click on that. What is that? Well, it's a smoke detector that's in the software. And based on that smoke detector, it had a little connection to hook to. And if you follow that back over and down, I think it went down to DI17 there. You see down there the smoke detector, DI17. So, and then like you see, you can also identify that here in the diagram here. More of a partial description, a compact description would show up on that too. So that is the for you control guys that really want to detail out, use your why create the system schematic again? Just make copies of it with the viewport, then put the controllers on, and you can customize your controls, specific to the project you have. Now, the other way, which I'd shown in the last video, how to do controls. Let me open something up, just a project here, open example. Let's look at some system. Oh, just a hydronic simple system. Boiler injection. Okay. So the other way to do controls in the software, and I've been a consultant for over 35 years. Typically what I did is I would do the design, air, hydronic, whatever the project was. Then I would create a points list. So I would give this schematic to the control contractor I'm working with, or the control specialist. But I would go on each component, and this is kind of what I showed a few weeks ago. And under integral, these are things we have so if I want a start-stop pump, then I would check that. If I want to add some other components, I can do that as well. Okay. And then everything external, there's alarms, right? Control valves, all these things are checked. So the fact that they're checked, and any other component, a pump, let's look at a pump, it has things that are external and internal. Okay, so it's very simple to go through your project. Every tab has that control, feature in it. And then what you get from that, let's just save this project to my desktop. So what I would get from this would be File, Coordination File Option. I want to look at the control schedule in Excel right there. Let's just be sure we save that again. Then File, I'm going to open the control schedule, and whatever boxes I checked or whatever controls I added are all appear right here as part of the boiler, pumps, valves. Okay, and then if you want to sort them by type, down here you'll see there's all the temperature sensors. There's my one humidity sensor. There's the valve operators. So this schedule I would give to my control, expert, specialist, whoever I'm working with, the points list along with my diagram. Then they would write the sequences, right, and give me sequences and specs on that, and then I can include that in my drawing package as well. So I hope this was helpful in showing you how you can do controls in HVAC Solution. Hey, thanks for watching.